Okay, we're gonna look at how to pull a cam on an ISB. So the push tubes, as you can see in behind here, they're riding on the flat tappets, right? Which are riding on the camshaft. This is an in-block cam. So if you need to pull the cam for some reason, you can't just pull those flat tappets out like you would on, you know, like a Chevy V8 or something. So instead, you gotta wedge those tappets up, and you can do it with a homemade dowel like this. Of course, Cummins sells a tool. I find these actually a little bit easier. These are just 1/2-inch wooden dowels, and then you take a bench grinder or something like that, and you just grind these down a little bit to form that taper. Then when you're working on your engine over here, you just drop them down, make sure that you can feel them kind of fall into that flat tappet down there. You can see I'm not looking down the hole because I know what it feels like when it kind of drops into there. If you're unsure of that, make sure you're looking down there. So once you do that, then I kind of just, you know, right tool for the right job, right? You want just a little hammer so that you can just wedge those in there just a little bit. And once they're all wedged in there, you're gonna take a rubber band. You can see these back ones are already rubber banded up. These very back ones are short, because if you're doing this in chassis, you're gonna run into some clearance issues with the firewall if you're talking about a pickup, right? Of course, if you're talking about a semi-truck or something, then you've got quite a bit more room. So we're gonna go ahead and just put that rubber band right around there, and you can see those are pulled up. So that's as far up as that comes, right? This front one feels like it was probably already on a almost full lift there, which is why you don't get a whole lot of rise out of that one. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that down. In reality, you know, you're probably fine like that. I add a little bit of tension to it because you don't want those falling back down, right? The whole theory here is once you get those up and you slide that cam out, if those tappets fall down, you can't go back in. And if those tappets really fall when that cam's out, they're gonna land in your pan. And that's no bueno, right? Then you're pulling the pan and doing extra work from the bottom, which again, if you're working in a Dodge chassis, now you're pulling the engine because you can't pull the pan in Dodge chassis. You can see I also have head studs on this engine, so it makes it a little more secure than just going onto the bolt, but regardless, you'll be able to figure that out. So now let's swing around the front here. Look at this cam as we pull it real quick. Pull these two bolts. That's your cam retainer plate. Pull those guys out. And then you're just fighting this cam all the way out the front, right? You're gonna have cam lobes that are trying to catch on the journals as you pull it out. If you've messed around with axle shafts in the trucks, you know, you're kind of fighting the same leverage thing where the back of the cam, due to the weight of it, wants to fall down. So you gotta just kind of keep fighting that as you come out. We don't need to watch that whole process, but you want that back of the cam to kind of float. You might have to rotate it around so that the lobes aren't catching. And just bring that thing all the way out.